recently watched the Kaguya-sama Love is War OVA, and let me tell you this, I was not expecting that at all. Like, I thought it was gonna go one direction, I didn't expect it to go this direction. There's a lot of fan service in this OVA, it is wild. So hey, there's gonna be a lot of spoilers because I'm gonna talk about the OVA, so you need to know. If you haven't seen it, click off the video, go watch it. I watched it on YouTube in pretty good quality, but I'm pretty sure you can watch it on some pirate streaming anime site probably, I don't know. But yeah, hey, let's talk about this OVA. So like, how I found out about this, because I remember there was an OVA announcement like last year saying it was coming out sometime in the spring. I didn't know when, but then on Twitter randomly I see these clips of just Chika and Kaguya in little high school bathing suits, and I'm like, what is this? And I'm seeing certain types of them, I'm like, what is this? And I'm like, oh, is this like fan made? But no, like I saw like a 30-second video and they're like, oh, this is from the OVA, and I was like, oh. So yeah, a lot of OVAs do go fan service. There's a lot of OVAs that do it. Like, OVAs are interesting. Sometimes they relate and help a show add more context to it, or it just gives a fan service like special, because sometimes it's usually a fan service thing most of the time, unless it's some type of anime that had like 13 episodes and they need the OVA to like help out with the story. OVAs are mostly fan service. So many OVAs have fan service. Damachi literally has all fan service OVAs, which is funny. So yeah, hey, let's talk about this. So the first part of the OVA is like something you would expect but wouldn't expect from Kaguya-sama, because like, you know, the way they make fun of like tropes that usually happen. So like they do it a certain type of way, because like you have Kaguya and Fujiwara in the shower, Chika ends up losing the soap and all that and goes to Kaguya-san, and then you see a whole bunch of fan service. But while that's happening, you get to see Ishigami like reacting to like this book he's reading, like this manga like magazine he's reading, and like this having a fan service special in the manga. So then like he's over here saying, and you see he's just getting mad, like, oh, he's like, oh wow, there's a light, wow, there's soap in the way, all that. Yeah, that shit was funny. But the best part of this episode, in my opinion, was when Hayasuka was explaining like the soap, like how to make like the soap scrubby stuff, and that shit was funny. Hey, I enjoyed that, bro. But the Ishigami like reacting was funny too. And also I really did love like when Ishigami and Shiragami, like after school, they go and find this random magazine on the ground, they're flipping through it, and like and you know how Ishigami is, he always try to talk shit and act like he don't like something when he really do. That shit was funny. Even like they kept, and Shiragami was acting like, oh, I don't care. Then like Ishigami said, oh, this looks like Kage, and then you saw he got invested. Then they both agree to leave, and you end up seeing them run all the way back, but then you see Ino and Chika end up being there at the end, and I was like, oh yeah, that shit was funny. I was rolling. But yeah, let's talk about this fan service. It was good, but it wasn't good. Hey, just know if it would have showed Hayasuka, bro, oh, just know I would have made like 10 videos like analyzing everything that happened if a Hayasuka would have been replacing like one of them. But hey, it was decent. I mean, it's fan service. I mean, it's suspected. I mean, if you go through the manga right now, the manga doesn't have crazy fan service like that, because most of their fan service is like hidden and all that. But like, it was interesting. I wasn't expecting. I was kind of hoping like this was going to cover like some of the stuff that season 1 and 2 didn't cover from the manga, because there's stuff they skipped out that would have just been like super short little things they could have put in, and like it would have been interesting to see that. But I mean, hey, I'm not mad with this, but then I'm like, did we really need a fan service episode? But then I'm like, I guess we did, because I mean, it's just an OVA. It's not like it's adding anything, and plus we're getting season 3 sometime in the future, because it was already announced alongside the OVA when that happened. So sometime in the future we're gonna get it, but we'll see when that happens. I don't know exactly when we're getting season 3, but season 3 is gonna be pretty lit. But hey, I'll take this fan service. At least it was the main 2 characters. It would have been everybody, that would have been very interesting, because like I said, there's a lot of like good characters that are in Kaguya-sama, like so many good characters. Like, this is one of the few shows I've seen that has like almost all the characters are like fire. Every single character is good. I love every single character because they all add their own aspect to it. Each of them do. But let's get to the second part of this episode. Now, this was like more on the line of like Kaguya-sama type of stuff, where you have like a food battle. So you're having like a food war between, because some reason in the office, Ishigami and Shiragami were arguing about how to make fried rice, and then Kaguya ends up joining them. So then you have a competition between like Chika and Ino are the judges. And like one of the things I love, because like in season 2, I don't think we really got to see like how like Ino is, but Ino can eat as much food as she wants. She's a super glutton. Like, she's gluttony from Full Metal. That's basically how she is. And like in this episode shows it perfectly, how she keeps going back to the rice and like, oh, I need more to taste it, and she's over here just smashing and all that. Because in the manga, just know like she really does eat like that. She eats a lot. Like, she enjoys food like so much, and it's wild. That's why like at the end you see she's like, oh, I need to eat lunch now, and Kage's like, she can eat more, because that shit was funny. Like, I love that. I love how they are going over their different food, their different style and all that, trying to say which one was the best and all this. And you see like how like Ino does the thing where like she'll she'll criticize something, but then like she talk, and then Kaguya gets mad, but then Kaguya gets back. Like I love that little aspect because that shit's always funny. Yeah, I love this OVA because it had all the aspects that you usually see from Kaguya-sama. Even though they had the fan service, they still had the little skits that like go in between with Ishigami and Shirogami that literally like made up for like the fan service. Because I mean, it's still online at Kaguya-sama. It just had that fan service episode of them showing them big old things of Chika, just saying, and Shinomiya, just know they were seeing right, just know they was over here with them big old biddies like all over, and I was like, oh, and there was a lot of noises, and I was like, oh, good thing I'm watching this on my phone. I was like, yeah, it was pretty interesting. Like it's always interesting seeing like fan service in the anime. You really don't see fan service like that in, but I mean, it was OVA, so hey, it was a cool OVA, but there was a lot of fan service. I mean, it was a lot. It kind of, did it go overboard? Kinda. It kind of did, because I mean, everything was off. The only thing that was missing was like if you got rid of the censorship. But hey, I did see something on Twitter without the censorship. Just saying. But yeah, hey, the episode was decent. I do like the second act. I like the second act a little bit better because like that's more on the line of Kaguya-sama. Even though I mean I like the whole thing, but hey, the food shit was funny because like I said, Ino over here doing this, and then like also Chika trying to act like she knows stuff, because you know Chika always act like she knows, and she's like, oh this is egg is from this chicken and all that, and Ishigami's like, no, I got this from the marketplace, and then she tries to do the same thing with each of them, and it was like, no. And then of course Kaguya makes something super fancy with the oysters. That shit was so funny. But hey, I really enjoyed this episode. If you've not seen it, check it out. It's a really good OVA, especially if you like Kaguya-sama, you'll enjoy it. If you like fan service, you will enjoy it. If you ever wanted to see those characters in fan service, then you will enjoy it. But yeah, hey, check out the manga. The manga is really good. I've enjoyed everything that's happening. And also, if you want to see characters get together, read the manga. I'm not going to spoiler who gets together, but just read the manga because the manga is really good. I can't lie, I am curious like who wanted the OVA to be like a fan service. I wonder if it's just like to get more sales or something, or is it just like for fans? I know fan service for fans. Like I'm wondering like who there was like, yo, we need to do this. Like we need to most definitely do this. Let's show all this. We need to show all this, because like bro, it was very wild at the beginning because I was like, wow. I was like, they're really going with this. Like for real, they're really going with this. Like, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. But I mean, like it was just like so interesting, especially because like there were like a lot of crazy angles, especially Chika, and like it was a lot of movement. Hey, I didn't enjoy like when Hayazaka came at the end. It was like, oh, here's soap and all that. That shit was funny. And I'm like, hey, like I said, it would have been Hayazaka, I would have been making a storm. You would have saw me going like, oh, you would have saw me going crazy. I would have been like, oh yeah. But it really was interesting because I mean it was an interesting aspect, especially the one thing I would have expected more was the magazine part. Like that more online fits Kaguya-sama, because like that's like something they would do. Like if Shirogami and Ishigami were outside and they found like a special magazine that they found, that's how they would act. But like the fan service scene at the beginning, I was like, wow, I was not expecting it to go in that direction, but hey, it went in that direction. That's like very interesting that it went in that direction. Like it's crazy, but hey, it was still a decent like OVA. I enjoyed it. Hey, like I said, I love fan service anime, so of course I'm gonna love this fan service OVA. But then I was just not expecting this at all. Like it was very unexpected. It surprised me, but it was a good surprise, a very good surprise. It was a dope surprise, as you could say, because it was interesting. But yeah, it was kind of surprising they didn't add more characters, because you would have thought if they were really going the full fan service route, they would have been like more characters. Because like I said, Kaguya-sama has a lot of females, like a lot of females that are good characters, and even older females that would have been crazy to add. Imagine Chika's older sister. That'd been crazy. But hey, let me know about how you feel about the OVA. But yeah, hey, if you enjoyed, let me know in the comments what you thought about this episode. Did you think Kaguya-sama was ever going to get fan service? Did you think this episode was cool? How did you feel about the episode? Did you like it? Let me know in the comments. How did you feel about that fan service? Because like I said, the fan service was good, but then I was like, I was not expecting it at all. It surprised me, like super surprised me. I was like, wow, this is really happening. I was like, wow, because I thought it was just like something fake that was like on the internet, but it was actually the real OVA, and I was like, oh. But hey, like I said, most OVAs are wild, but I was not expecting this. But yeah, let me know in the comments how you felt about it. If you enjoyed the video, you can like. If you didn't, you can dislike, subscribe. If you really enjoy, hit the bell to every time I post videos, all that, you get the notification, that stuff. Yes, that's what the bell is. Yes, whatever. But yeah, hey, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.